Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a completed journal flip through for you again today. So excited, finishing up all my journals from last year. I just did an extra couple of pages before I'm filming this flip through. And this is, as you can see, an altered book journal. I didn't bind in my own signatures, but I used the pages, the existing pages, and I ripped out a lot and glued lots of pages together as well. And yeah, it's nice and compact. It served me well. Now, I use this journal in two ways. Front to back, I used it as my anchor journal for the anchor journal course part round 2. And then back to front, I used it for my reflection journal, for the reflections journal course for 2022. So I will first of all flip through from front to back, and then I'll change over and switch to back to front. So here we go. I've never done that before, but there were a lot of pages in here, so I didn't want to waste all those pages in the second half. So this is my introduction page and just information about the journal. Date finished. I should put the day today. What is the date? So it is the 21st of the 1st, 23. There we go. And then I write about why I am using the journal on the back. Sometimes I put an inscription or a quote here to set the tone for the journal, but I couldn't think of one that year. I do a mind map for what my anchors were in the year, and love these images. So I do a lot of visual journaling for the anchor journal course using magazine images and pages. And I just did some reflection to start off with about how I was in a different place to the year before, and so I would get different responses to the prompts, and just seeing the value of having an anchor journal each year to see how my anchors have changed and what is important to me changes from year to year, and also interesting to see what stays the same. So beauty was one of the things that stayed the same, and that will probably be with me my whole entire life, but especially in the last 2 years, beauty has been a real big focus, a passion for all things beautiful. And then I did a timeline for the year, or even my whole life actually. I did a timeline of my life to look for different anchors throughout my life. Again, depending on what season you're in, different things will come up. So that was really cool to see what came up this time. Memory keeping and journaling and creativity are big anchors. I think this is my favorite page in the whole journal. I just love different layouts and having some negative space, some blank space. I love this frame. My quote for the year, and I came up with for myself: rules for living, find the gold, capture the gold, share the gold. Actually, I don't think that was from last year, it was from the year before, but I like that, paraphrasing it there, where gold means all the good things in the world. My song, one of my songs for the year was Gyra. I love the line, draw me nearer, my rock, my deliverer. Your unfailing love, heart in the heavens, you stretch out your hand, my faith made to stand is for you, for you. Well, draw me nearer is just, that's the line. My word for the year, it took me forever to find it, but it was staring at me right in the face. Intention. It was my year of intention. And I like how this picture here has the word intentional there. That's so cool. And yeah, I just like doing different page layouts in my altered books and that kind of art journaling style. I love the typewriter, and sanctuary, that became a word that was anchoring me last year, sanctuary. So I just did some free typing about that to help me work out why it meant something to me. And that's a kind of thing that maybe next year it won't mean as much to me, but last year sanctuary really meant something, and I even looked up the dictionary definition and typed that out as well. And then my cat Keanu, always an anchor, such an anchor. I really love this page too. Usually I write really small So I love the look of this, how it's nice and big. My scripture for the year, or one of them, actually this is more of a life scripture, an anchor scripture for my life. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and my glory rises upon you. Love that. Yes, I got more into reading last year and into using books and collecting books for journals. I started my reading journal, signed up at the library last year. That was so cool. My colour palette, I love this page too, actually. I am a blue girl, bluebell. Just beautiful, beautiful. Ballet, another year of dreams coming true, teaching ballet for the first time and performing in point shoes for the first time. It's pretty exciting. A page on creativity. This is a fun page too. Yes, I want to make little collages with typewritten messages from my heart and soul to encourage, inspire and uplift, full of wisdom and beauty. Yes, I would love to do that. And more typing here. A page dedicated to writing and my journey with writing last year. Books I read, focusing specifically on the reading journal. Loved that. We looked at what season we were in, and last year it definitely felt like I was in a winter, so I'm really hoping that means this year is a spring. It's already starting to feel like a spring. Feels like I'm sort of coming out of a winter into a spring, but we won't know until much further into the year. I did this as a process video with my journalers in the Anchor Journal course, and I was just like going on this tangent, and I realized that this arch photo was really speaking to me, and how, I drew arches when I was a kid. When I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and one of my images I drew was an arch, and in my childhood there were arches in the garden with jasmine growing over it, and I would walk under it every single day, this one particular arch, on the way to school and on the way back to school. And so that's significant. And as I was just going through that, I realised, I need to do a page about arches. And that was just an example of how images that we find can spark prompts. I love that. I love that so much, and can spark memories. And a lot of the pages you can see here, there's not a lot of writing, if at all, any writing. But sometimes I don't feel the need to write because the picture already tells me everything I need to know. And maybe in a month or in a year's time I might write it down. Some pages I leave it for a day or a week and then I'll feel inspired to write. Other times, I just leave it, and that's okay. Psychology in Seattle are definitely an anchor in my life. And I love Berto's 3 rules for living. Enjoy the moment, share the moment, create the moment. I love that. That became my quote for the year, that year. And the door, just again another symbol that really speaks to me about walking through a door. I don't know which or what, but it feels like I'm walking through a door. And my personality page, we look at what anchors us in our, embracing our personality. And I learnt that I'm a thinker, feeler, and just learning all about that, and how thinking is my best way to connect with God and show God to the world, because I'm such a huge, that's how I'm wired. We did this little survey thing to find out how we're wired, and that was just so helpful for me. And to know I'm both a thinker and a feeler. I'm predominantly a thinker, but I'm both thinker, feeler. That really helped me, because I was always trying to wrestle my thinking and feeling sides together, and they never fit. And then I realized through this that I didn't need to make them fit. They can just be separate and exist separately. I didn't have to merge them into one thing. And that really just helped me. I mean, that sounds so obvious, but I did not know that. My whole life I've tried to either take one away or make them into one. It's like, no, the two things, they can actually exist separately. Last year I also got into photography again, and Polaroids and arty shots, so that was really fun. And then this is my middle page, because now we're going to flip it over to the reflections journal. And here is my introduction page, and here is my monthly snapshot which I always want to do, a monthly snapshot just to remind me of the big moments from each month, and a visual snapshot of the year, my word for the year. So current words for the year. So my word for the year last year was intention, but by the end of the year I was getting new words, and now these are my words for the year for 2023, which is really cool. And scripture for the year, your words are a lamp shining in a dark place. And I hope that's the case with every book I write and every video I post through the words I share. Song for the year. So my song for the year was Talk Too Much by Koi, and I really liked Falling by Harry Styles, but I think I also like New Wine by Hillsong, and of course Draw Me Nearer by Gyra. But this year, my songs for the year that I'll be writing about in the Intentional Life course for 2023. So sneak peek if you're in that course. My songs for this year, so far anyway, Falling by Harry Styles, that's still there. Because it just, by the end of the year, I started to love it even more. Like, I already liked it, but then I really liked it. And then my other one is How Will I Know by Sam Smith. So I'll be doing that page maybe today for the Intentional Life course. I'll film that today. Hang on, I skipped some pages. What am I doing? Okay, so my colour for the year, colour palette. Some of these repeat, some prompts I repeat in multiple of my courses just because they speak to me, and colour is one of those prompts. I will always put a colour prompt in every one of my courses because I just love it so much. Colour makes me happy. Space, looking at my space for the year, how space was such an important anchor in my life, and therefore something I wanted to record for the year. I did a wardrobe makeover last year. I finally started a wardrobe makeover, and this was one of the outfits. The t-shirt, the skirt, and the shoes was a new outfit from last year, and I love that because I hadn't done a wardrobe makeover since ever. I still wore the same clothes from when I was in high school, so clothes that are 20 years old, and I still have some, but they're falling apart, so it's been slowly a matter of replacing them. I get attached to clothes, I've got this checked shirt, button-up shirt, that is threadbare, like you can kind of see through it. I wear a singlet underneath it, but yeah, I'm just like, every now and then I'll look at it and be like, okay, I should really chuck this out, but I can never bring myself to do it. One day I will. Anyway, so wish list and bucket list, 2 other prompts for the year, for this course, reflections course. Creativity, what did we achieve in our creativity, or what did we explore, what did we do creatively in the year? And movies you saw, TV shows you watched, podcasts I listened to, and YouTube channels that I watched last year. And yeah, this is a good list. I really like this. I discovered You Are Not So Smart and musical explaining and Stuff You Should Know, and endless. Yeah, so many. I used to only listen to Psychology in Seattle, Cautionary Tales, and Revisionist History, so it's cool to see other ones come up. And maybe I'll discover some new ones this year. I did a page on sporting milestones or highlights. Best ever Australian Open last year, with Nadal winning and Barty winning, and 2 Aussies winning the doubles. Tour de France, so excited for 2 Aussies to win 2 stages. Just recording the AFL, my favourite sport, and Commonwealth Games. Keanu, recording him for the year. Oh, so gorgeous. Again, recording my writing journey. And this one, this is a fun page. I like how it's like a Polaroid or photo wall album thing and just annotating each picture. I love that. That is so cool. As a page layout, that might be something I want to try again in my journaling. Yeah, just some highlights from the year. Where I saw magic or something that I learned. That's another prompt. I've shared about that sunrise story multiple times, and we'll keep continuing to share it because it's such a big thing in my life. A page on beauty, and I missed a page here, but that's okay because we're real humans living lives, and sometimes we skip pages and it's all okay. Same as if you don't fill in a page, you just put the photo but no words. It's totally okay. My highlights for the year and my favorites for the year. I love doing favorites at the end of every year just to see if anything changed. Yeah, obviously I didn't write some stuff here. My favorite book of the year, I have to go back and fill that in. Yeah, there were quite a few actually. Anyway, and then yeah, that's back to the middle. So that is my anchor journal and reflections journal in one altered book. Hope you enjoyed that flip through, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.